I want to work hard, but I don't know on what. Hey Hamza, I'm a bit lost right now. I'll give you more information. I'm 18 years old and I'm in the last year of high school. I have a YouTube channel and a drive to help the world while making my family financially free. Okay, good man. I feel the stress of money in our household. I'm the oldest brother of 5 children in Romania and we aren't the richest family ever. Both of my parents have jobs they don't necessarily hate, but they have to overwork in order to pay the bills. My dad is often away on the weekends. This makes me want to work as hard as possible in order to free them to lift off some pressure off their shoulders. I've posted over 200 videos so far, and the past 5 months I've been posting daily on my current channel. Good man, you're working hard. You should be proud of yourself, Stefan. Just by saying this, you are really trying already. I'm already proud of you for taking some kind of action. Remember, just a year or two ago, you could have been a total Jeffrey, wasting around and everything. So if you're watching this and you're a young man who's actually taking some kind of action, you have the desire to retire your family, you should be proud that you are that kind of man compared to the little kid who's just wasting his time playing video games or anything. 2 months ago, I was editing my videos and I was trying to optimize for views, making the clickbaity videos, but I wasn't satisfied. As soon as I heard you to say, be authentic, something clicked. Yeah, so recently I did a YouTube lecture where I told a bunch of these small YouTubers to make sure they stay authentic. Don't be doing the clickbaity shit. Play for the long game where you actually enjoy the work instead, because you'll just bring so much better energy and you've got more chances to actually get more views when you're being more authentic and purposeful. That's when something clicked. That's exactly what I've been doing since and I love it. Soon after, I watched the Making Money online course and I decided to be a sleep coach. So I've got a course inside of this program that he's in, and he's decided to be a sleep coach because of that. The only problem is that I want to work more, but on the right thing. I have this drive inside of me, this desire to help them, but I'm wasting it. When I know what I have to work on, I can always give it my 100%. Now I don't have that. I waste away all of my time in a weird way. I feel even less energized compared to when I was working non-stop. This is the great symbol of being a masculine man. You have more energy when you work hard. You'd assume it's the opposite way around. When you work hard, you get tired. When you work hard on your real masculine purpose, the more you work on it, the more energy you get. I find it hard to not wake up super early. Like, I've been awake for a couple of hours now. When you actually have like purpose in your life as a man, you feel more energized by working, and that's what you've got. Now you've got the opposite of that. So a piece of advice for all the young guys watching this: if you aren't feeling like you're full of energy, it's because you're not working on the right thing. And most likely because you're just working in school instead, which is, yeah, that school's got its own problems, but like, school takes away your ability to go work on your real purpose, and then that just strips all your energy away from you. I have the goal to get 5 coaching clients by the end of May 2024, but I don't know on what to work on to achieve it. I feel hopeless. I love YouTube right now and I see myself posting daily for the rest of my life if I keep this authentic format. So I don't want to edit my videos, but I want to work. This is so good to fucking see, man. This is a good problem to have, Stefan. I want to work more. It's such a good problem to have. I'm not interested in school since I would rather live under a bridge, but I know that I tried business, hence I don't want to go to school system to get a shit job. Yeah, totally agree with you. I know there's going to be some kids who will be so crazy, but like, but why don't you just, play it safe and get the degree anyway and just hate your life and be suicidal? But I am so glad that I'm not a pussy, and I'm willing to look at a young man in the eyes and say that school is basically useless for at least 90% of young men. If you need the degree for the job that you know that you were born for, so for example being a doctor or a vet or whatever, sure. But if you are a random kid and you don't know like what career would even be good, and you're pretty sure that most careers would be shit, why the hell would you take that risk and go put in years of your life into a low end, like high risk, low reward is what school is. It's absolutely pathetic what the school system's changed to. Of course, education is very important and you should be spending a few hours a day learning, educating, reading, learning everything, but you should not be wasting your time, your effort in school, in my opinion, for most men. Because for money, school is terrible, and for life development, school is also terrible. The only people who push forward school is like, these young guys who say it's still really important are basically weak men who they get told by daddy that it's important and they don't ever think for themselves. What do you think? How can I feel less stuck? I'll read over, we've just got a couple of comments, and then I will give you my advice, Stefan. Matt said, why not work on your YouTube videos and getting clients to your coaching services? If you don't want to edit your videos, you can outsource it or just keep editing to a minimal. Stefan said, well, that's what I'm doing right now. I keep editing minimal, but I don't know what to give all my energy to. I still film, script, and do thumbnails, but not as much as before, which leaves me with wasted energy. Akshay said, Hamza said YouTube doesn't take long. It's a part-time job. I think scripting, filming, editing, and then posting will only take 3 hours a day, probably less, yeah. That's why you need to grind self-improvement. To make better content, you need greater realizations to be more impactful. This is a very good comment that I'm going to like it. Couple things you can do. Read about speaking better plus emotion. Going to the gym consistently. Focusing on mental health. Developing an offer for clients. This is a very good comment. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you for responding, bro. I also heard the advice to be on self-improvement full-time, but I sometimes don't find that productive or hard to do. I'm slowly building up my meditation practice, though. And finally, Magnus said, hey, brother, I feel your pain, and I've done something similar in my younger days. I know I'm feeling kind of old. But you really need to know what your constraint is right now. I would gladly help you to figure that out. Maybe jump on a call. I DM'd you, brother. This is what's beautiful about these online communities. You literally just get like a guy who's like, oh, hey, bro, let's hop on a call and talk about whatever you're going through. So, Stefan, let me give you some advice. And for other young men who want to work hard, but you don't really know on what, but you would love to be able to like start a business and make money. I'm going to actually, this might go over your head slightly, but I'll try and explain it to you. There is a meta of making money right now. Basically, the most effective tactic available to make money right now. It is not what anyone online is selling you because it's fairly new. And it's this exact website and this exact system where you sell an online community. So this is like the multiple steps. I talk about this anytime I make a video on making money. I always tell you about the same business model because this is the business model that everyone is doing. Iman Gaji, Andrew Tate, all of these big fucking YouTubers that you watch, they're all doing the same business model. This is what it is. Step one, post onto YouTube and become an authority figure. Become a cult leader. Lead your own movement. Step two, create a community-based product which has a course and coaching. Step three, funnel. That's it. So step one, post consistently on YouTube. Stefan's doing this. For anyone who's not posting consistently, you don't have to do it on YouTube, but social media. So post consistently on Twitter, on TikTok, or YouTube. They're the best ones. I just do YouTube just because it's the one that I genuinely watch. If you're wondering what you should post on, basically post on the website that you actually use yourself, which most likely for you, if you're watching this, is on YouTube. So just start posting onto YouTube. What should I post? Just post about lessons that you've learned recently in your own self-improvement journey. Don't try and pretend that you're some some professional scientist or anything. Just talk, press record, and just say that there's something that I learned yesterday when I was trying to improve my diet. I was weighing all of my food and I realized that chicken breast actually needs to be weighed like this. Like, for example, you're just teaching a lesson of something that you've just learned. And then what you need to do is to start over time picking up the confidence to think that you're going to create a movement of people who are going to behave in a certain kind of way. And this is where the cult leader tactics come in. For Stefan, he's got access to all of my cult leader courses and everything, so he knows how to like actually educate himself on this topic. But basically, I made a full-on course teaching the secrets of how I gained like the 2 million subscribers. So step one is build an audience of people who like you. It can take years to do that, but within a few months, you've got enough people to start making some like good money as a young guy. Step two, once you've started to get a few hundred subscribers of people who really like you and listen to you and want to trust you, you've got to sell them something. What should you sell them? Well, I believe the greatest thing to sell right now is a school community. So this website that my community is hosted on is called school.com. I think that this website is the greatest opportunity for wealth in our generation so far. More than crypto, more than fucking agency, more than copywriting, this website itself called school.com. I have my 2 communities hosted on there. This Adonis Gang is for free. This is the first link in the description. So if you just want to go and join this, whether you want to actually use it for self-improvement or you literally just want to go and see what school is like and you're playing around with it. Okay, so there's pin post. Okay, there's a calendar there. There's this thing there. Okay, just to have a look. This is a free version, and then this upsells to my paid version. My paid version right now is on track to make me 1.7 million this year of 2024. If you do the math there, you can do the math yourself. 1,100 people times 129 a month is 1.7 million a year. That's how much money I make from this little website here. It's absolutely absurd. Inside of this website, people will pay you monthly because you as a creator will be active and reply to comments and write posts, and you'll make courses and you'll do live calls. And that's basically it. People will pay you for basically just being active in here and just kind of helping them more. So step one is like, start pursuing like the things that mean a lot to you, whatever you're curious on. Start talking about those things on social media, TikTok, YouTube. Tell stories about how you have used that advice. When you pick up the confidence, start to act more like a cult leader. You can go and use like you can go and watch my older videos where I was really speaking like a cult leader. Like I was speaking like, this is a movement. This is our mission. This is what we're working on. This is we, like, I was saying the words, we're going to do this. We are young men. We're going to change the world and everything. You create a movement. You create like religious practices, like habits that you have to do every day. So for me, it was like meditation, gratitude, reading, learning, and working out. That was like the sort of habits that I made my cult members follow. Then you've got this community, this group of guys who genuinely love you and look up to you. Then you just offer them something paid where they get to get closer to you and learn more from you. This is the meta of making money. One counterpoint I want to destroy quickly is I made a video kind of similar to this a few weeks ago, and someone replied, like, it was this one actually. Let me just, I wish I could find the exact comments, because it was from, like, no offense, but like a dumb little kid who was disagreeing with my advice. And it was this video here, which was how to make money from boxing and other sports. And basically I explained that the more intelligent way to make money from boxing and sports is not to become a professional in that sport, but rather to build a social media following around that sport and then sell them something. And I saw someone's comment saying like, oh, but you know, Hamza's advice is always the same. He always says to build an audience and then sell them something. And someone replied, yeah, because, you know, Hamza's only ever done this business model and stuff. But you don't realize this is the best way. Like, becoming a professional in a sport is such a shit way to try and make money, because like, business is competitive. To be a competitive, like, top 1% athlete, you do not realize this isn't you trying to be some disciplined young man or something. That's fucking cutthroat. It involves a lot of genetics and then a lot of like training and endorsements, all this bullshit, right? It's so much smarter for you to just go and build the single greatest business model out there right now, which is build an audience of people who like you and sell them something. Every person that you know about who's making money online is doing this. Iman Gaji is doing this. Andrew Tate. Look at everyone here on this list. Ali Abdal, First Man, Dan Bolton, Chris Williamson, Danko, Alex Becker, all of these guys here on this list, these guys that you look up to, they're all doing the same thing. Build an audience, sell them something. Build an audience, sell them something. Build an audience, sell them something. All of the intelligent guys are all doing the exact same business model, but so many kids will be like, oh no, but I want to be a professional fighter. And by all means, go ahead and pursue your dreams if that's the thing that you feel like you've got to do. But if it's not, and you're just directionless and you just want to make money online, then don't consider being like a professional like athlete for it. If you really love basketball, go and try as hard as possible to go pro. I really think that's a sick life path. That's incredibly fun. At the same time, you may as well record some TikToks and YouTube videos and tutorials anyway, because you may as well build a social media following anyway. These days, you know, the people who make the most money as pro athletes, they're not just the athlete who's the best in the world, they're the athlete who are the most known. It's the athlete who has a YouTube channel of 1 million subscribers. He's the one who's getting signed on to the better fights. It's the athlete with the brand who makes more money now. So if you don't want to be an athlete as well, and you're just a young guy and you want to make money online, and you'd be so happy to make 1K or 2K or 5K or 10K a month, the single greatest way is that you post content online for free. You get people who like you, and then those people will buy your stuff. And then I think that this personal website that I use right here, school.com, I think that that's the best thing to sell, because that mixes everything else. That mixes your time in posting and replying to people. It mixes courses that you can make, and it also mixes your coaching calls all into one. So it's just like one package. It's absolutely perfect for creators. And so I think that this is the best way. And you might think, oh, but Hamza's always saying that build an audience. I don't want to build an audience. You've got to understand how business works. You need a way to get customers, don't you? Do you know how to get customers? There's only a few ways that you can actually get customers online. You can either post content and build an audience, or you can pay for ads. That's basically the two ways to get customers at scales. You can post content on social media, on YouTube, on TikTok, Twitter, or you can pay for adverts. If you've got $50 or $100 a day to gamble on paid ads, go ahead, but you don't. The guy who's watching this right now, you can't afford that, right? It's too much of a risk for you. You wouldn't go and spend like $50 every day hoping to get some kind of ROI. So you need to just go with building an audience. That's the only other option that you have. The only other thing you can do is what's called cold outreach, and that's slavery. of work. That's something that I would never personally do because I have respect for myself. Cold outreach is when you go down your list and you go onto Instagram and emails and shit, and you send out a few hundred emails per day, just bored as fuck, hoping that one person replies to you. It's like all those sad motherfuckers in my DMs in Twitter and on Instagram saying, hey bro, please hire me, I'll do this for you, I'll do this. No one replies to those guys. So it's just a horrible work task where you're spending hours of your day messaging people who won't even reply, who hate you because you're just flooding up their DMs. That's the third way of getting people to potentially buy your stuff, and it's a horrible way because it's completely oversaturated, it's boring as fuck, you're not even learning any skills. So there's really only two ways. If you've got a fuck ton of money right now and you want to make more money online, pay for AdWords. If you don't have a lot of money right now, but you want to make money online, post content to just get the leads, the audience of people who could then buy your stuff. The way to make money is to sell something. But the way to have people to sell to is that there needs to be people around you that are clicking on your website or sales funnel or whatever. And you need a way to do that. So you need to post free content for that. So there's no other option. You could see the logic that I've defined here. I'm sure that there's a couple of young guys watching this who don't understand still, and they don't see how this is literally your only option to make money online, is basically post content and then sell them something. You don't have to sell them this kind of community that I've got here, but it literally needs to start with content. Young guys need to understand this. You must understand this, because when you take this advice, you make money and your parents become free, and you think about how you ever question this to begin with. Posting free content on social media is the only way that you can start your business now. Outreach is absolutely dead and stupid. Paid ads is for people who can afford to spend $50, $100 a day. It is posting content and then have something to sell. That's how you make money online. I wish more guys just understood this, because so many guys, I've seen them come in and out of my communities and my YouTube comments, and they'll literally just argue with this advice even though they're broke, saying, but I don't like Hamza says that building an audience is the only way to make money. But yes, it is, because the alternatives either won't work for you because you don't have enough money to run paid ads, or you can't do outreach because it's just such a crappy way to live your life, spending 4 hours a day DMing 100 people, hoping one of them replies, and he replies with anything other than fuck off, because you're just flooding people's DMs. There's no other option. This is how you get potential customers. And then you need to just figure out, okay, well, how do I actually monetize that? How do I sell? What do I sell to them? Then you need to decide what thing you want to sell. You can sell physical products. So for example, First Man here, he's a friend of mine. He's built up an audience first, so he's followed this advice. But then he sells physical products. So he doesn't sell any like digital stuff. He sells like physical, like he's made like testosterones and everything. But the most money he'll ever make in his life will come from his digital products anyway. It will come from his course. So all these guys that you look up to are doing the exact same business model. They build an audience and then they sell them something. Build an audience, then sell them something. Build an audience, then sell them something. You can sell them something which is a physical product. So my friend Chris, he has his own energy drink now, and that's the thing that he sells. He also, though, he sells in his podcast. In the first few minutes of his podcast, he'll do a little pitch and say like, oh, hey guys, this podcast is sponsored by this supplement or this sleeping product or something. Make sure you go and buy it. And then he gets like an affiliate cut for that as well. Andrew Huberman, exact same thing. Build an audience and sell them something. Well, what happens 1 minute into every single Huberman podcast episode? What happens? He says, I'd like to, start by letting you know this podcast is brought to you for free, and this podcast is brought by, and then he starts like talking about Athletic Greens or whatever supplement company has paid him to put that there. You build an audience, then you sell them something. This is how you make money. There's no other way to make good money online these days. And this way makes you a fuck ton of money. Get good at posting content, whether it's YouTube or Twitter or TikTok. Basically, I just use Twitter if you didn't want to show your face, if you don't want to actually speak. If you don't mind speaking, if you don't mind your face going viral, then TikTok or YouTube. If you're trying to decide between TikTok or YouTube, just ask yourself which one you consume on more. Which one do you personally use? I use YouTube, so I post on YouTube. If you're a guy who barely ever watches YouTube, but you watch TikTok, then just post on TikTok. Build an audience of people who like you. Set up something for sale, hopefully something digital, and sell them something. This website is an absolute gold mine. I must repeat that. This website here, because it just integrates everything so well. It's beginner friendly. You set it up, you pay $99 a month. You can set up all the payments and everything. People are paying you You can make a free version of it as well, like I've got here. You can go play around on this like free version if you want, just so you can see like what's involved and stuff. But it's a beautiful website to hop onto. I make courses every month and I put them inside of here. I do live calls 3 times a week. Then I also have experts doing calls. Then I've got like big YouTubers doing interviews and guest calls with us as well. So I literally have guys who like famous guys, millionaires come in and basically help coach our students. And then our students just keep paying the same price, $129 a month. And they all say it's like an absolute steal to be here. So this is kind of a quick plug for my own school community, but I really do think selling something like this is very powerful, really good. So build an audience, sell them a school community. That's the specific meta. The greatest like way to make money online is those 2 exact steps. Become a cult leader, sell them a school community. Nothing is better than this right now. In the future, when you're a higher level, then basically building an audience and selling a physical product is probably better than this, but that's something that you could consider in a few years from now. For now, when you're a young guy just trying to find your way in the world, you want to make a few $1,000s a month online, this is the meta. This is the way you will achieve it. Stop with the overthinking. Stop with like, like not knowing what to do, feeling hopeless. Follow these steps, just even if you don't feel like it, even if you're uncertain, and your clarity will come in. My mentor has this saying where he says, clarity precedes action, something like that. But basically, you've got to take action first. That's when clarity comes in. That's when hope comes in. That's when the emotions come in. Turn your brain off because it's kept you broke all this time. Listen to this advice, because when young men listen to my advice, they start building money and they start retiring their families. When young men listen to my advice, they start saving their lives. So I'm telling you to follow this advice right now. Turn off your brain. Start posting consistently about the lessons that you've learned, whatever you're currently interested in. You recently learned something because you read this book, go teach that on a piece of YouTube content. Make a guide on how to overcome the problems that you used to have. If you quit watching porn, make a guide on how to quit porn, and make that guide so good that people genuinely start watching porn forever because of it. Make videos where you have relatable stories where people can really like you, and then turn more into a cult leader where you start saying, okay, this is a movement of young guys who are never going to watch porn again, and we're all going to use my protocol, which is like, this protocol that stops you from watching porn. We're going to make this protocol famous. We're going to be the young guys who never watch porn again. We're in this as a movement, as a team. Then you make a product like this and people will buy it and you will become financially free. It's simple. It's not easy. It's very hard work, but the roadmap is right there. Any limiting beliefs in your mind right now, especially if you aren't successful, just remember that's your own Jeffrey brain. This is the final thing I'll say, because this is very important. Sometimes I'll give advice like this, and a young man who's broke, his own brain will disagree with me, and he'll say, no, Hamza's wrong. And I'll just think, how the fuck do you listen to your own Jeffrey brain when you are broke, and your Jeffrey brain has kept you broke your entire life, and you have your mentor in front of you that you're paying for, that you're literally paying for with either your time or with your money if you're inside of a done school. You have your mentor telling you this is what would be best for you, and your Jeffrey brain is disagreeing, just like your Jeffrey brain convinced you to watch porn 1,000 times, and you're going to listen to your Jeffrey brain instead of your mentor? If you've got limiting beliefs in your mind and you're thinking, oh, but Hamza, this isn't going to work, that's the exact same part of your brain that convinced you to watch porn, to play video games, to cope, to triple text that girl who wasn't interested. Sometimes you have to turn your brain off when there's a man who's got more experience than you, who's laying the roadmap for you. Turn your brain off and just listen to, just blindly just do the action steps that he's setting. Post consistently onto YouTube, become more like a cult leader and lead your own movement. Make a product to sell them, and I recommend this website if you want to use it. I'm not even going to post you like some affiliate link or anything. I just really do like this website. It's very nice. Before you make your own community here, you may as well go and like join my free one, and that's, you can say it's funneling, whatever you want to say, but like I really, really do think this website's like very powerful. You can see that over 700 people are requesting to join my free one right now. So it's like, it's blowing up as we speak. This website's really going viral. It's called school.com. It's a beautiful website. It's made by a very intelligent entrepreneur that I really look up to as well. I really hope this helps you. As always, I always apologize for like sounding like an asshole, because I always just I have so much fucking passion for helping young men that sometimes my emotions just get so extreme when I'm trying to give advice to young men, because I know that if I say the right words with the right level of passion and conviction, a young man won't kill himself today because of it. When you have the level of scale that I do, where 100,000 people watch my videos, and of course some percentage of those people are really down bad, it's a very powerful work to have. So I really hope this helps you, Stefan, and for any other young man who's trying to find his place as an entrepreneur. And I really hope you'll take that advice. Start posting your lessons consistently, help other guys achieve the same transformations that you've had, and then sell them something. Come join my free community. It's the top link in the description, and my paid community, which has the courses on how to become a cult leader and how to level up this exact same business model. This is the paid community, Adonis School, and the free one is Adonis Gang. Go join right now.